Today I want to talk, I don't have a black eye, I promise. Just have been crying a lot and rubbing my eyes. Okay, let's start over. So today I wanted to talk about something that I'm kind of going through right now, something that we'll all go through, and that is finding new friends. And for obvious reasons, I feel like the older we get, the harder it is to actually find newer friendships and to form them into deep connections. There are actual reasons and there are actual tools that we can implement to help us increase our friendships as we get older, to increase the connections that we have with our current friendships and those new friendships. You know what? I bought these microphones and they were not cheap. I should really get into the habit of using them. Yeah, 1 second. Alrighty. Connect to this little guy. There we go. Professional. I don't turn it off. Can you see Peaches? There, yep, there she is. Oh man. You know, like when we're younger and it just seems like we have the most friends in the world, it's so much easier to form friendships when we're younger because we're constantly around these people. And chances are you probably might have gone to elementary school with them, into middle school, into high school. There is a big chance that you are with these people for years. You have that proximity factor, which I'm going to get into later, but you're constantly close to these people. And then comes the first scattering, which is college, going to college. But still, even around that time, it's easy to make friends again. You're back at school, you're in the same classes with your classmates, or you're joining Greek life, or you're joining a club team. So you're including your time, not just in school, but you're also socializing a lot and you're forming connections. So there's so much opportunity to be around people. And then once you graduate college, it might happen again. This time it's new jobs in different cities, it's relationships. We have these really strong friendships at a young age, and then we go through that first scattering, and then we build really strong friendships again, and then we go through that second scattering. You're starting over again, it seems. So at 31, I am going through this shift again. It's due to a breakup. It was tough being friends with these people, sticking it out in that friend dynamic when everything had completely changed and shifted. It's weird to share a friend group with your ex. I don't know, it's just, some people can do it. It made me feel like I was taking steps back in my processing and my healing. So I made the decision for myself to remove myself from the group dynamic as a whole, but to still hold on to nurturing a few of the friendships that I could. So yeah, I've been interested in seeing how to form new friendships as an adult because it gets harder and harder the older you get. After this breakup happened, it had never been such a stark contrast between where I am in my life versus where a lot of my friends are. But having gone through a breakup and now being single at 31, a lot of them are in very serious relationships, or they're already married, or they're buying their first homes, or they're having their third child. So seeing that difference now that I don't have a partner and I don't have that future that I was building with somebody as a partnership, really has put into a very magnified view of where I am versus where they are. But I'm taking it as an opportunity to put myself out there and to make new friends. So through experiencing this and also reading books and just kind of doing research online and stuff, it's proximity, life stages, the energy, and then intention and courage, I added those. One of the factors of building new friendships as you get older is timing. The time in your life and all the different phases that you are with these people that you're either meeting or friends that you already have. And that just means what are you guys experiencing? Are you single? Are you married? Do you have children? Those different life stages are really critical when it comes to forming new friendships. It is a bit tough if you are trying to form something brand new with no history and no foundation, and you're completely in different stages of life. So I was gonna hang out with a friend today, but she's got a couple of babies and it just didn't work out, and that is all good. just kind of have a solo day today. So I've already done some arts and crafts this morning, hung out with my dog, I cleaned my apartment, did some laundry, and now I'm gonna go buy myself some lunch before I go to Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is just such a joy. Just sat for like an extra 2 minutes in the checkout line talking to the girl who was helping me bag my stuff about crafting. We were exchanging markers. So I asked her what kind of markers she uses. We were showing each other pictures of our drawings and our colorings. And now I am attempting to get out of the Trader Joe's parking lot in a rainstorm. And it is peak shopping hour here in Florida, I guess. And you all know how Trader Joe's parking lots are. But yeah, just a couple of girls talking about arts and crafts. I feel like I have one of those, I have that kind of experience at Trader Joe's every single time I come here. I don't know what it is, but I think it is a requirement to just be like the kindest person ever. Every single person that works there that I've talked to, that I've interacted with, it's always been just such a positive, bright interaction when it comes to making new friends. First things first, that's pretty important, is your proximity to them. Kind of like Trader Joe's, for example. Unfortunately, is a much further drive for me than, say, Publix. I have a Publix right here in my neighborhood. If I need something, I'm gonna walk downstairs and go get it from Publix. Oh no, my nectarine got a little squishy. So, proximity. It refers to that physical closeness that you are to the person. The closer you are to something, the more chances you have of going there, spending time with that person, for it to enter your life and just kind of be a constant in your life. There's just more access to it because of that closeness, that proximity. If you see somebody often, that obviously increases your chances to introduce yourself, get to know them. So the more time that you spend with somebody, the more you experience together, and it allows for you to share a deeper connection. Hold on, let's go over my Trader Joe's haul real quick though. But today was a little higher than I normally get. These 4 items right here. Each of the bars were $1.99. The beef sticks are $1.99. A good quick source of protein for me. Love their dried mango slices, very good. 99 cents for this entire bag of green onions, which is just amazing. If you don't know about hold the cones, I definitely recommend them. They are delicious. $2.99 for this bag of broccoli. I got some red Argentinian shrimp. These are a game changer, quick little snack. Bag of lettuce. The rice there, $2.99 for this whole bag. And then got some fruit, the Zyko there, my favorite coconut water, a lot cheaper than at Publix. And then got some of this natural shaped beef. Number 3 is energy, which is just vibes. Like, do you vibe with the person? We don't have time to waste. So if you feel like you have to force the conversation or force anything, as you know, it's okay, but that person is probably not gonna be a friend. And that's okay. Also, back to my point about distancing myself from this friend group dynamic is because energy does shift. I mean, when there are big changes, people change, people shift, that energy shifts. And that's okay. So sometimes that might also happen with some of your long friendships. The trick is to just kind of accept it for what it is. It's sad, it's heartbreaking, but it's also a part of life. The final point that I added for myself, and I think for others would find this helpful, is intention and courage. I put those two together because I think being intentional takes courage. If you are trying to find new people and new friends, it's gonna take a lot of intentional effort on your part. It's not just gonna walk into your life. It's like dating. There are those very rare, beautiful stories where somebody just walks into your life and it's like, oh, okay. But as far as friendships go, you have to be intentional. Everybody already has their group of friends. They have what's going on in their life, everything. They have their own little micro ecosystem that is their life. And as we get older, we have more stuff that fills our life, and making space for something new, it's got to be intentional. And to be intentional, to act intentionally, means you have to be courageous, which means that you have to have the courage to put yourself out there. It means that you have to have the courage, if you see somebody at the coffee shop every single time you go, to be the first person to go up and say, hey, I see you here. Can I introduce myself? What's your name? My name is... And that takes courage. It takes effort, it takes intention, and it takes being brave. What I found to be the best way to meet new people is through courage, is putting yourself out there, and also doing activities and joining groups. If you join a group that you're interested in, it's an activity that you want to try, that you want to learn how to do, that you're already good at, that you want to do more of, chances are like-minded people will be there. You're going to gravitate towards new connections. So joining groups, if you see something that sparks your interest, follow that interest. See it through. And just remember that everybody is nervous to meet new people. Most people are inherently kind and nice, and they'll hold a friendly conversation. So if you feel compelled and you're looking to find new friends, then just know that it is 100% doable. You just got to implement a few tools. You got to add a little bit more intention to some areas of your life and just kind of see how it goes and play around with it and have fun. We had a location change because I got hungry. The last point I want to make about intention and courage based off of the other 3 components. So why courage and intention are so critical is because let's think about proximity. Let's think about timing and life stages, and let's think about your energy. You can have all 3 of that. You can run into somebody every single day. You could be at similar life stages, and you can have a great conversation every single time you see them and want to spend more time with them. But if you don't put the intention forward, nothing's going to come of that. That's just my reminder of intention and courage. Relationships take intention. They take an active choice every single day. And this is friendships as well. But to build something long lasting and to build something of deep connection and something special, it is going to take some time, and it is going to take intention. You can see somebody every single day and not build anything worthwhile.